but her formulas seem to get better and better with time. I don't know how that's even possible because I think they're some of the highest quality eyeshadows that I've ever used. Hi everyone, I'm Jodi and welcome to my channel. I'm really glad that you're here today. If you are new, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the content of the channel, and if so, I hope you consider liking the video, commenting on it. We'd love to hear your thoughts, as well as sharing these videos with any of your friends and family that you think are interested in makeup or beauty, or just want to be entertained for 20 or 30 minutes. Today's video is a review of the new My Dream collection by Natasha Denona. Now, let me start by saying that I am a huge Natasha Denona fan. I have many of her palettes, as you guys know. I refer to them a lot in the tutorials that I do. Her newest lip liners in the I Need a Rose collection are a gel creamy formula. They're all really pretty colors. So for me to not love this collection, it's gonna take a lot, but I'm gonna try to be unbiased. We're gonna create this whole look together using the collection, but I wanna walk through it first with you guys so you can see kind of what we're looking at. Natasha Denona's My Dream collection is truly her dream collection. She's picked her favorite colors to put in the eyeshadow palette and has selected her favorite lip shades, which is I Need a Nude in Natasha for the lip liner, lipstick, and lip gloss, and her famous Natasha Denona cheek color from her very first collection is also in this collection. So some of the colors that you have seen and loved before are in the collection. However, the formulas have been updated, if you will. Starting with the eyeshadow palette first, this has 15 colors in it, just like her other palettes. This retails for $69 in the US and $87 in Canada. The entire collection can be found on her website for $175. Looking at the palette, I'll insert a picture here of all the swatches. Now for me, swatches only tell a part of the story. For me, the real story comes from how do they go on, how do they blend, and then how long do they wear. Swatches are beautiful, but they kind of only give you what that color will look like with your skin tone underneath it. So in terms of the palette, what you get is two colors that we've seen before, which is the Blackest Black. That is a color that you can get by itself as an individual. Included in the 15 are 6 mattes, 3 metallics, 1 multi-chrome, which is Vision, which you guys, this has a, if you can see that, it has a purple and then a green. It's so pretty. I mean, that's gonna be, I'm gonna do a lot with that. You have Thrill, Invention, and Spontaneous. Alexa, how do you spell spontaneous?
Spontaneous is spelled S-P-O-N-T-A-N-E-O-U-S.
That must be on purpose. I'm sure it's on purpose. Okay, moving on. I don't mean to be the spelling teacher here, but that didn't look right to me. Okay. Anyway, then we have the 1 Satin Duochrome, which is Serenity, which is the color that we have seen before. And then Vision, again, which is that multi-chrome. And then we have 2 cream to powder formulas, which is Instinct and Edgy. Those 2 colors right there. So out of 15 shades, you get a variety of different formulas as well as finishes. And, you know, this palette is deeper to me than I thought it was going to be just by looking at it. And what I mean by that is I'm gonna hold it next to Natasha Denona Retro palette. This is such a beautiful palette. I use this one a lot. It's definitely more on the cool color scale with some of these darker mauves and sparkly peaches. I think the color story in My Dream palette is better and more variety than the Retro palette. You can just see there's just deeper colors and a little bit more warmth to this palette. And if you hold it up next to the Glam palette, which is this one right here, again, you can see just the variety and the depth of the colors. So if you have not picked up one of these palettes yet and you were kind of waiting to see for a different one, I would say that this one is more versatile than the Retro and the Glam palette. Love this, love this, love this. In terms of the palette itself, it's the same size as her other palettes. You can see it just fits nice into your collection. It's more of a matte finish, and then it has these splotches of black ink on them, and then Natasha Denona My Dream palette. Next up is her cheek palette. Now, this is a cheek trio, and these are shades that we have seen in her original Natasha Denona collection. This is the color Natasha, and this is a powder form. Then it comes with a very creamy, and this is a cream glow type highlighter. You can see just how pretty that looks. And when we create this look together in the rest of the video, I dabbed just a little bit of that right in the center of the eye, and it was so, so pretty. And then this last color is more of an overall highlight, and it is a powder creamy type formula. You can see how pretty that looks. We'll go with so the blush, this beautiful cream, and then that highlight are just really great color payout, and the pigmentation is gorgeous. So we'll see how it wears and how easy it is to put on. And this cheek trio together is $48. Also in the collection is this lip liner. This is the I Need a Nude in the color Natasha. The difference is it is the gel formula that came in the I Need a Rose collection. And this by itself retails for $24. I have it on today and I'll give you a little bit more of a review as we get into the makeup look. Then is the lip gloss. This is also the same color as the I Need a Nude in Natasha color. It's also what I have on today. And it is also the same color as Natasha, different formula, a more improved creamy formula. And this retails for $27 if you were to buy it by itself. And last but not least in the collection is this Natasha Denona lipstick. And this is also in her famous I Need a Nude Natasha color lipstick. It is a full coverage satin finish lipstick and I have it on also today. We're also going to match this I Need a Nude lip liner up against the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude. They look very similar and I wanted to see what they look like. In fact, you can see I've swatched them. This was earlier today and I still haven't got it all off. So that tells you how good they last. So if you're ready to put this collection to the test and see how all of it wears and how to create this look, then let's get started. All right, you guys, so let's dive into this beautiful palette. So you can see, as I said, there are 6 beautiful mattes here, and I think we're gonna start with this Unity right in the center, which is just sort of a peachy, almost nude color, and just sort of carve out a nice transition shade. You know, the one thing about Natasha Denona's shadows is they are so easy to blend, and we'll see if there's fallout. What my guess is gonna be, if any of her other formulas are any indication, I'm gonna guess that no, there's gonna be hardly any fallout. So I'm just gonna go all over the crease like that. This part is starting to droopy eyelids, I guess. So I like to start with that transition color and go at the bottom of that droopy lid, because what that does is that makes it appear farther back and makes it look more like your crease than a droopy eyelid. So you can see how just that little bit of darker color on the bottom side helps that fall back or fade into the background. And if you do that on both sides, then it just makes that eye appear more wide open and sort of helps conceal your droopy lid. Next, I'm gonna pick up the BK Beauty 207 and I'm gonna go down here to this darker color. This is the Familla, and this is also a matte color. And I'm just gonna go in at the top of that crease, out to the corner, down across the outer corner of the upper lashes, and just create that V and then fill it in so that this outer third of my eye has polish. We're not using nail polish on our eyes. No, don't do that. So more of a triangle than a V. And we'll go back and blend that in just a second. So there's little fallout, you guys, if any. I don't see any actually. Now we've only used 2 colors, but these are pretty dark colors. So I'm just gonna place that color right there, and then I'm gonna go in with a clean, this is the Angie Hot and Flashy 503, and ever so slightly blend it, staying just below the crease, and try not to blend it in much farther than the halfway mark of your eye. These are blending so nicely. They go on very smooth. The color payout is exactly what you'd expect from Natasha Denona's quality, and I don't think you could go wrong with this if you're looking for a palette with these colors. In terms of the quality of the formula, and that color payout is just stunning. And because I like that color so much, I want to go back in with a little bit more of it with a much smaller brush. And I just want to kind of go right in the center on both sides. Now, if you have hazel eyes or green eyes, this is a great palette for you because of the amount of burgundies. And I will just go in with another clean blending brush. And I just want to keep that to that very inner corner because we're going to create a little bit of a halo effect. And I want to keep that below the crease. Blend that out just a little bit because I want a little dimension in that inner corner of my eye for this look. Because I usually go light, darker, darker, darker. And I want to do something a little bit different. We're just going to go a little bit more of a deep intensity to the color. It's fall, so why not? But you guys can see, even if I just stop there, it is already such a really pretty look, very natural. Going back to our palette, we've got Thrill and Invention that are dual chrome. So they're two different shades, if you will, depending on how the light hits them, which is just a little bit different than the Vision, which is multi-chrome. So it gives off 3 different colors. So I think I'm gonna go in with Thrill. I'm gonna grab a Sigma E55. This is a shading brush. And I'm just gonna spray a little bit of this, a whole lot, I mean, of the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. I want to pick up a significant amount of this Thrill and get a sense for what the different colors are, just so that you guys can see, because it's dual chrome. Any excess, and I want to go just down the center and sort of highlight the center of my eye. So a little bit of a halo effect, but because my eyelids are a little wrinkly as I age, I don't want to go a whole half of the eye, and I don't really want to go as wide as the brush. Little is more, so I just want to go a little bit like that. And try to keep it not quite that wide, but a little bit less. A little bit more like that. Again, using the narrow side of the brush, and just adding a little dab of highlight right through there. Right through the center of the eye, and not going up any higher than the crease. They're a little something like that, so you can just see just a little bit of lightness. Now I want to go in with a little bit darker color in the outer corners. This is the Smoky Eyeliner Brush by Bobbi Brown. And we're going to go pick up another matte. We're going to go to this Aspiration, which is a dark, deep purple. It's really, really pretty color. And go just a little bit to the outer corner. And because we've already placed that shimmer shadow down the center of our eye, we don't want to blend over the shimmer eyeshadow again, because then you start to get a little bit of a mess. So whenever you've placed your shimmer, be pretty confident that that's where you want it, and then you don't want to do any blending over that shimmer with any other colors. So from there you can see we're just going the outer corner, staying below the crease, and not going too far past our eye. We're not trying to get too much of a wing, although let's be honest, it's going to end up as a wing. It always does, despite my best efforts to change. So now I'm just going to go in with a clean, fluffy brush, and ever so softly just blend and blur the lines without moving the color. And you guys, with that dark of a color, there is no fallout, zero from these shadows, and they go on so easy. And you can see just how well that deep color transferred to the corners. And we're just gonna blend this out ever so slightly and then pulling it out. Now I am starting to get more and more hollow through just above my cheekbones and my eye socket. So I really wanna be more careful of not putting darker colors in where I'm starting to get that loss of collagen sort of around your eye socket, because the more shadow or dark colors I put there, the more sunk in my eyes are gonna look, and they don't need any help with that. So I really wanna keep that dark color at the corner of my eye and above. I don't want it to drop any farther below that outer eye, because I'm getting some of that volume loss. So just be thinking about that when you're putting on your own makeup, is if there's an area where you're getting volume loss, then stay away from anything dark in those areas. In fact, you could put highlight there or lighter colors to bring the light to that area. So I think, less is more. We could keep going, but I'm gonna regret that if we do. So let's just stop here for a second while we're happy with it. I'm just gonna pick up a small eyeliner brush. And I think what we're gonna do for the under our eyes is we're gonna go back to this Familia, which is that warm cinnamon color almost, and just go across our lower lashes. Just a nice little natural fall type look. And again, you guys, still no fallout. We've tried every formula except the cream to powder, which is this edgy and instinct. So maybe we'll put a little bit of that edgy into the outer corner on the bottom, just so we can use every formula. That's not every color, but every formula. So I'm gonna jump off camera and finish up my eyes with some black mascara and some black eyeliner, and then we'll finish the blush and the lipstick. So now that I have my mascara and my eyeliner on, I look at it and I wanna go back and darken up the under eye area, and I wanna test that black is black. Now we know that this is a color that we have seen before. You can buy it in a single, but I think it's fair to see how it performs because it is dark, and if there's ever gonna be a fallout, it's typically gonna be with some of these darker colors. So I wanna just test it. Yeah, hopefully you guys can see that. There's just really no fallout. Even that black is black is just such a nice blending color. And then just pull that up and out And whatever's left on that brush, I'm just gonna go up and finish off a little bit of darkness in this corner, staying away from the height of my cheekbones so that I don't create any more shadow there. And again, go to the underside of that droopy eyelid and help camouflage it. And voila, I think we are ready for some blush and lipstick. All right, now we're gonna go into the My Dream Cheek Trio. Now, if you have her original blush color, Natasha, that's what this is. It's just reformulated. It's a gel type formula. It goes on like cream, but it is a powder formula and it is a matte. So it's very pretty. We're gonna see how well it goes on. For my blush, I like to put on the highlighter first and then a little bit of the blush over it. On the Natasha Denona website, they instruct you to put it on with the blush first and then the highlighter glow and then a little bit of the highlighter on top of that. And because I like to put my highlighter on underneath my blush, I'm gonna do that here and I'm gonna go into the center one. It's very, very creamy, so I would use a finger or a damp beauty sponge instead of a brush. And I'm just gonna go right at the high point of my cheek. Boy, can you guys see that? If you didn't use a blush, you would be fine with this. In fact, I think what I'm gonna do, because of that really pretty highlight color that is, it's not a stark, you know the difference between an LED cool light and an LED warm light? That's what this reminds me of. It's that nice, soft, warm light, if you will, glow from within, that I think is stunning. Now, I also think what I want to do is just put a little touch of this, little touch on the center of my eye, because it is such a pretty highlight that will just pull the whole look together. Yeah, let's do that. Just gonna go to the inner corner, underneath the crease, across the lash line, and out to that darker corner. Gosh, this is such a nice formula, and that cream is so flattering for more mature skin, any textures in your skin. It really blends nicely. And I think this middle color glow blends better than some shimmer or sparkly eyeshadows because it's creamy. So if you can see, that looks much better than just a sparkle eyeshadow. It's more melted into the skin. It sort of camouflages some of the lines within your eyelids. So I'm loving that. So now we'll go in and just put a little bit of the blush over it. Now, because that's a cream and we're gonna put powder over it, we're essentially setting that cream with a touch of color from that blush, which is a great way to ensure that both of these products last a little bit longer than they may on their own. Gosh, you guys, that blush is just, oh, that is so pretty. I did not have her original blush, Natasha. So if you do, the difference between that one and this one is not the color, but the formula. And it's definitely, it feels more like a powder. So I would definitely put this one on with a brush, where this is definitely a cream. You'd want to put this on as you would any other cream product, but the blush is for sure a powder. So I'm just gonna real light-handed, and we'll go across the center of the nose, because as we know, that is a bit of a fall trend, that little sunburnt look or burnt blush. And we'll just warm up the whole face with that blush a little bit, because I'm obsessing over the color. That is so, so pretty. And then we will just go over ever so slightly with the highlight, which is called the Dream Glow. And that is, gosh, that is a formula that is almost a hybrid between a powder and a cream. It is such a, yeah, it's not quite a cream, but it's not quite a powder. It's right in between. So I'm just gonna use my highlight fan brush that I normally would put on my highlighter with if it's a powder. And we're just gonna go to the very high points of the cheek. And a little bit on the nose. And I think that does it. All right, you guys, so now we are gonna move on to the lips. It comes with the lip liner, which, as I said earlier, is the I Need a Nude, and it is in the color Natasha. It is a gel formulation. Now, the difference between the original I Need a Nude in Natasha and this I Need a Nude in the My Dream collection is the formula. The formula that they used in I Need a Rose was more of a gel creamy formula, and that's the formula that they have. If you love the color Natasha, but you really like that formula of I Need a Rose, then this will be a good choice for you. Now, I have the I Need a Nude in Lona. The Natasha is just a little bit more on the cool side. Not a lot of difference in color, but the Lona is definitely more warm. Now, the I Need a Rose in Calla is even more warm, more red, more terracotta, if you will, than either of the two colors from the I Need a Nude collection. I'm just gonna see what it looks like up against the Iconic Nude by Charlotte Tilbury. The first one is Iconic Nude by Charlotte Tilbury, and the one below it is the Natasha in I Need a Nude from this My Dream collection. Pretty similar, so I would say if you have the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude, this color is not gonna be new for you, but the formula will definitely be much more of a creamy gel-based formula. And we're just gonna line our lips. Now, when this video comes out, it will be October, so I want to remind you guys, if you haven't already scheduled your mammogram, please do it. And if you have not done self-exams for a while, please do some research on how to thoroughly and accurately do a self-exam so that we can help minimize the risk of breast cancer and have early detection. It's very important. In terms of the lipstick, this is a clean version of the I Need a Nude in color Natasha. It has more of that gel creamy based formula that the I Need a Rose comes from. And what I love about this is, although it looks like a matte, it is the perfect satin finish. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm in love with this collection. If you know somebody that loves nudes in terms of the color palette, but likes to go a little bit outside of nudes, but not too wild crazy, then I think they would really love this entire collection, because you've got a lot of different colors in this color palette that you can play with in terms of the eyes. You can also use some of those eyeshadow colors on the cheeks, add it with that highlighter, and you've got a completely different look, a lighter look, a darker look. I just don't think you can go wrong with it. So now we're gonna finish off the look with the lip gloss. And like the lip liner and lipstick, this is also Natasha from I Need a Nude collection, and the formula has changed also to mirror that of I Need a Rose. And this lip gloss retails for $27 just by itself. I mean, so pretty. So here's the new color. I'm just curious the difference, and I should have done this before I bought this one in I Need a Rose. And this is I Need a Rose in Calla, and it's probably similar to the liner. It's probably more warm. Yeah, just a touch. So if your skin tone is more neutral to cool, then this palette might be a better alternative for you than some of the colors from the I Need a Rose collection, which were more warm. You can see there's the I Need a Rose lip gloss, and there was the I Need a Rose lip liner. And again, because of this eyeshadow palette, you could go either way. You could go more warms, you could pull some warm colors from it, you could pull a couple darker cool tones from it, but the blush lip liner, lip gloss, lipstick for sure, I would say is a little bit more on the neutral to cool side. So, but all very nudish, very nudish, which is what I love about them. So there you go, you guys. That is the finished look and the review. Had I not bought the I Need a Rose in the lip liner and lip gloss and lipstick, I would be rushing to get this, which I was rushing, so who are we kidding? But this is my favorite. This is by far my favorite in the lipstick, lip liner, lip gloss because of the formula. So a great palette, and again, a nice gift altogether if you're looking for maybe a nice something for someone for the holidays, or if you just want to add a few pieces to your collection, then I think you'd really love this one. All right, you guys, that does it for me. Thanks for sharing your time with me, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.